going on? Nice to see you. Nice to be seen. Happy VidCon 2010, 2016.
Speaking of VidCon 2016, you've been here for 7 years
This
now?
is my 7th VidCon. I was here in 2010. It was at a very small venue. We were just all like dancing in the lobby, and there was no separation between creators and fans. It was just hilarious.
The good old days.
The good old days. But I like the days now too. Like, this is just crazy. I don't know, it's funny how when I was in the middle, like maybe 2 years after the first VidCon, I remember thinking, it's too big, it's not fun, there's too many people, we can't connect. And then now it's like, I'm here to celebrate how big and thrilling it is. I mean, Miranda sings it on the front page of cover of Variety. It's a pretty exciting time to be a YouTuber.
I would say so. All right, so before we get too far into the discussion, because we will.
Yes.
Pick a box.
A present? Oh my gosh.
This is called the Instant Challenge. For
Oh
those of you
gosh,
who have not
I'm
seen
picking
it.
a box. Well, I'm a
Box,
homosexual.
what
I
a box.
love boxes, but I'm bump. Box number 1, always. I feel like I'm on Let's Make a Deal.
What's behind door number 1? All right, so take box number 1, but don't open it up yet because we're going to get to it in a little while. Speaking of instant, I'm Kirsten Benson. I'm the editorial director of a new outlet that's by People and Entertainment Weekly, and it's called Instant. And we're dedicated to covering people like you and you guys. It's all about digital creators. So we're so excited, and there's really no better place to launch than VidCon.
Absolutely.
Well, so.
I'm not opening this now.
Not yet, you can put it
Okay.
down. It looks good with you, though. It's cute.
Thank you.
If you have questions for Senor Buckley, please tweet at instant.me, and we'll get to as many as we can after we talk for a little while.
I'm sure you have so many questions. I mean, I'm an open vein. I'll bleed all over the stage. Ask me, please.
We want the
I'll
hard-hitting
spill my
questions.
guts. Were any of you at the panel earlier where I was getting applause out everything I said? Everything I said was just like applause worthy. It was wonderful.
Applause. So what was the most
The panel was
prolific
talking
thing?
about how you've changed as a YouTuber, and it's called, what was it called? Changing on YouTube or something, how you've changed your content. And I just kind of talked about how, I mean, I was very burnt out for many years. I mean, I've been doing this for 10 years, so I've had many years where I was burnt out. There was many years when I could barely walk across the hall to my office and make a video because I was just so burned out or going through personal strife. And it's very difficult when you're going through personal strife to turn on a camera and be like, hey guys, hey girl, what the fuck? And then you're just like, I'm sad, I'm divorced, my dog is dead. How can I make videos and be entertaining when everything is so dark? And then you realize, oh no, I can make videos, and that actually makes me feel light. And it's funny how this year, making YouTube videos became very therapeutic for me, where it's become just, I mean, it is like free therapy, and it makes me so happy. And I always feel better when I'm done filming, whereas when I was going through bad times, I'd be done filming and I'd be like, well, that was exhausting, that was dreadful, now I have to edit it and listen to my shrill gay voice, and nobody's gonna watch anyway, and oh well, I should just go get a job. And now I make a video, and the moment I'm done filming, I'm like, yeah, that was fun, I feel better.
So Michael and I have known each other for a few years.
Inspirational.
I love that. That was good inspiration. It was a long inspiration, but good.
Thank you.
So we've known each other for a while, and last time
Yes.
I saw you in person, you were still married.
I was still married,
And
yes.
now you're not still married.
I am divorced, happily single, super like me on Tinder. I am available. I'm a sure thing. I love when people message me and they're 18. I'm like, prove it. I'm like, I could be your father. This is disgusting.
What happened with the marriage?
What happened with the marriage? Wow. I've never really said on camera, so I don't know if I necessarily want to say. I will just say that I love my ex-husband, and I'm very grateful for our life together. And I think we were just very different people on different life paths. That sounds generic, but that's really the simple answer. There was no dramatic like, oh, someone else had a boyfriend, or oh, it was more like 13, 14 years into it. I was a very different person, and it just, and it was very sad. It wasn't like, I will say the thing about getting divorced is, the first year it was almost like a relief, like, oh, I'm single and life is new and whatever. And then a year afterwards, it was sad. Like, it hit me like the loss.
It took that long to to
it
really
took a
realize?
long time for the grief to set in. And it was like I was mourning the loss of my best friend, my emergency contact. And most importantly, I was mourning life as I knew it. Like this was my whole world. I identified as Michael, that was his name, Michael, his husband. So it's like to wake up and be like, oh, I don't have somebody, or oh God, I have a flat tire, who do I call? I mean, little things really rattled me. Like I remember the first time I needed something, or I was sick, and I was like, who do I call? Like who do I tell this to? My husband, I don't have a husband. And it was very sad. I'm fine with it now, but that was the most sad part. Like, oh, but.
Was there a day when you just woke up and you saw like the light and it just like all got better? Or did just kind of with time, you just realized you weren't as sad anymore?
The day it got better, it was funny. It was early March. I made a video on my new channel, youtube.com/new Michael Buckley, plug. And I just made a video, and I was talking about that I needed help. I said out loud that I was numbing, and I was drinking too much, and having sex too much, and not acknowledging my problems. And that was the day that I definitely started feeling better, because until then I had kept so much of it inside of me.
Acceptance, isn't it the stages of grief?
It's amazing. It's amazing. And also, I'm the person who helps people. I'm the person who all my friends have a million problems, and they tell them, and I fix them, or I give them great advice. It's hard when you're the one with the problem, and it's amazing how you could give anybody advice, but you can't seem to help yourself, even though you know exactly what you should be doing to making your life better. And so that was the point in March of this year where I got sick of just feeling stuck, because I had just been in such a rut in my life and my YouTube career and everything, and then I was sick of it, and I got down on my knees and I prayed. And I don't know if, I know that sounds like whatever, and again, I don't know if it's God. I believe it's God, but it could be Buddha, it could be just the universe and all that, but I got on my knees and I prayed and I asked God for help. And since then, it's been very liberating. And I mean, the universe and God have given me many better things. Whereas I stopped asking for things, I was just so floundering in life and comfortable floundering in life. And then I got on my knees. I'm like, God, I'm sick of this. I really need you to give me something. I need a sign. And that day, something great happened. And I thought, yes. And that was also the day I started vlogging and spilling my guts. And as someone who used to see people spilling their guts on camera and think, why are you doing this? Keep a journal, tell a therapist, this is way too personal. Now I'm making videos like that, and I find it so wonderful, and I feel so liberated and free. And so I really do feel like this is definitely not phase 2 of my YouTube career, but it's definitely a new chapter in my YouTube career, and so that's exciting.
So the vlogs are really what rejuvenated you and made you love it again.
Yes, because I mean, doing What the Buck Show and covering pop culture is fun, and it feels good, but it's like that kind of,
I mean, it's been
years,
on longer than Friends.
It has.
Like,
What the Buck Show is longer than
episodes.
Friends. And so, I mean, it's definitely like, I love doing it, and I love being funny, and I love making jokes about Kardashians and Miley Cyrus, but at the same time, I have so many other things that I'd like to make videos about. So having a second channel now has just given me like the liberty and the freedom to not worry about, oh, I need a catchy thumbnail, or oh, I need a catchy sex tape Miley Cyrus. I'm not that worried about getting views right now. I'm just really worried. I'm not worried about anything. I'm just interested in making videos that I think people will enjoy watching. And and I started doing advice again, which, I mean, I had like 75 episodes of a relationship series called Dear Buck. I didn't do it for the last 2 or 3 years because I felt so, I'm such a mess in my head. Who am I to be so, it didn't feel honest because I wasn't communicating that I was going through bad times. So was I going to turn on the camera and sit up straight and listen to somebody's problem and tell them advice when I simply couldn't give myself advice? And then now that I'm in a better place, I'm like, oh, great. So I'm watching my advice videos back now, and I'm like, oh, this is great, because I am in a good position to give advice, because I've got my own head screwed on, so.
But they also say there's something to be said about, like, you know, the finance advisor, their own finances are always a mess, and they advise other people. So you always had good advice.
Yes.
That's what's interesting, because the Dear Bucks have been a hit forever.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're doing it again.
Thanks. It's called Love Buck now. Love, Buck. I thought that, new me. Love Buck. Because I love.
So you have all these exciting things on the horizon, but I've heard about something special for the fall.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what's going on?
I'm actually very excited to announce that I'm going on tour this fall. I'll be doing stand-up. Thank you. I'm very excited.
Wait, you're doing stand-up?
I'm going to do some right now. So
All right, get up.
two gays walk into it. No, I'm just kidding.
No, seriously.
I am going, so I do it. I started doing stand-up earlier this year, and I've always wanted to do it. But the problem with doing stand-up as a YouTuber is, to be honest, you don't know if you're funny. Because after 10 years of making videos and, you know, teenage girls write, you're hilarious. Because and you go at VidCon and you say, I like cheese, and people are like, I love cheese. That's so funny, Buck. So I'm going to comedy clubs, and it's like, let's see if this a-hole is funny. We'll find out. So I'm going to Chicago, going to Nashville, going to Kansas City. I mean, I'm going to like the heart of it. So I mean, if I'm coming to where you live, please come out and watch. But do not pretend to laugh. If I'm terrible, tweet me and be like, go back to YouTube. You suck.
So are you going to open mics now, like secretly?
I'm not going, no, I played Caroline's on Broadway. I'm playing some pretty good clubs and stuff, and so no, I am going to go to open mics this summer just to practice material and stuff, but I have an hour-long set. I did Ryan was there. How was it? It was okay.
Ryan liked it?
It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
What's the, can you give us one?
What's the what?
One joke?
One joke? I'm not a joke teller. No, I just tell stories. So, I mean, I tell kind of like funny life stories about how I threw up on my first grade teacher and how I farted on my third grade teacher, and then how I used to, in ninth grade, I didn't know what sex was, so I thought that I should pee in girls because I thought that that's what sex was.
Oh my
so
gosh.
I was like 14 years old plotting how I was going to have an erection and urinate inside my high school girlfriend. The show is called Michael Buckley Misdirected Bodily Functions, so... yes, I do. I tell a story about how for years when I thought people were having sex, I thought like a man and a woman were laying next to each other in bed and like having sex. So I didn't know that there was anything else. Like I'd walk into my parents' room and I'd be like, oh, they're fucking. So, oh, do we swear? Do we swear? I swore.
Yeah, please.
Bleep, sorry. But anyway.
Please.
So it's a gross little show about a gross little person. And it's funny now that I'm single, I'm 100% gross. How when I was married, I was like closetly gross, and now like I'm 100%. You know, when you're married, it's difficult because you're kind of representing your other half.
Right.
And so now I'm only representing myself, and I'm like, I'm
dangerous.
Disgusting. I'm disgusting, and you just need. I'm lovely and delightful and charming, clearly, but I'm also disgusting. Fun fact.
So Buck on Grindr. Speaking of, you know.
So I'm a homosexual, so I have an app called Grindr where I'm looking for penis.
Exactly, but I want to know.
It's going very well.
I need you to tell. It's going well.
Going very active.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
So on Grindr or in IRL.
Yeah.
What's your best pickup line?
I don't need a pickup line. I'm Michael Buckley. They pick me up. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have a pickup line. I literally just say, hey. Or I'll say, you're handsome, or wow, you're cute. I don't know. It's stupid. It's like, but I will say, I love being on Grindr, because I mean, I'm not looking for like a great love of my life. So I mean, I have very short, like, you know, hi, you're cute, come over, okay. Like if they talk too long, I'm like, this is boring. I have enough friends. I don't need to be chatting with you. But being here at VidCon, 90% of the messages, people know who I am. And sometimes they'll just write nice things like, your videos changed my life. Or somebody asked me for advice, and I was like, so I'm giving him advice because I'm like, I know he thinks right now, rather than tweet me or email me, he sees me on Grindr, so he's asking me for advice about his parents. And so I took a moment and I thought, well, I'm going to give him advice because he asked. And so that was a fun little interaction I had earlier this week. But yes, no, I love Grindr.
That's
I
really
met someone
nice
on
of
Tinder
you.
today, too. I've only met 3 people ever on Tinder. Somebody super liked me.
Glowing.
I love super liking people.
Glowing.
Yes.
Let's see. We have, this is actually a question I've had for years. You talk I've never met anyone who talks as insanely fast as you do.
Yes.
What's your secret, and how long do you think you could actually go? Like,
I could talk very fast for a very long time. And it's difficult when I was doing stand-up and watching it back. As you see now, I'm trying to slow down the way I speak because I know it's a microphone in a large room, and so my words are probably blurring. I've always been a fast talker. I remember being with my ex-husband earlier in our relationship, and he looked at me at dinner once, and he said, I got nothing of what you just said. Can you just say all of that again? So, I mean, and I'm also the type of person, I will ask 3 questions in 1 question.
Right.
Where'd you get that shirt? What have you been up to? Oh, I love your shoe. Like, and then you're like, what did you just ask me?
Right.
So I'm really trying to work on that. Part of the thing about talking fast on YouTube, though, it was a strategy early on because my videos were too long. So I just remember thinking, I'm writing 10 to 15 minutes of material. I need to crank it out in 5 minutes. So I would get there in front of the monitor, take a deep breath, and I would just go, what the fuck? Oh my God, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. And then she says, oh my God, I don't believe it either. What the fuck? And I'm watching some of those videos back now, and I'm thinking, I said it, no idea what I was saying. And I also thought, well, I'm talking so fast, maybe people will re-watch it and try and catch what I said. But I do. It's actually one of the things I dislike about myself. I have a laundry list of good qualities. Clearly, I say nice things about myself, often very affirmational, but I would like to talk very affirmational. I have Post-it notes in my kitchen with all my best qualities. Look at my Tinder profile. It's all the great adjectives about me. Yeah, I actually don't love that I talk so fast because I can see people's faces trying to process what I'm saying, like, slow down. But I've started meditating, so I think maybe the meditation will slow me down. I mean, I meditate every morning, I pray, and I do, on the new Michael Buckley channel, I am talking slower and more whatever, and so, yeah, so I'm working on it.
So the timing thing, has that changed a little bit? Isn't longer better these days?
Yes, I mean, long-form content is encouraged by YouTube and the algorithm, but I mean, a celebrity gossipy video like a What the Buck show shouldn't be that long, but the vlogs I'm doing when you're interviewing someone or something more like that, the audience can handle that, so yeah.
What platform beyond YouTube are you just super jazzed about right now?
What platform am I jazzed about? Like, what are my options?
I mean,
Grindr, Tinder, Scruff.
Exactly. Or like, so people are feeling excited about like. I don't know.
What? I'm not like iJustine or one of these people who's very into technology. So I don't know. I mean, I just started.
Like, do you have fun hanging out on Instagram when you're on your phone? Or like, do you?
No.
So it's all YouTube?
Not really.
It's all YouTube, Grindr.
I like Snapchat. I just started Snapchatting more. Yet the other day I was laying in my front yard and I was waiting for the pizza delivery man, and then Domino's came and it was so exciting. I watched myself snap back a lot because I'm like, that guy's living. He's laying in his front yard waiting for pizza. And then the other night, I had too much to drink, and I have modified my drinking so I can laugh about it. And I was singing show tunes, and it was like I was crying. Like I was going all in. Like I was singing depressing show tunes. I would play a song.
What depressing show tune?
I would sing like Idina Menzel, You Learn to Live Without from If Then, and it's gut-wrenching. You learn to take your coffee black. You learn to drink your you learn to hold your life inside you and never let it out. It's very gut-wrenching. And then I would just sit there and glare at the Snapchat, and my friends are texting me the next day, and they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm so okay. I'm entertaining on the Snapchat. I'm giving the public what they want.
Give the people
I do like Snapchat. No, I'm not. I mean, I'm not. I guess that's interesting that you asked it is my goal to, if you or someone asked me that question in VidCon 2017, what are you jazzed about? I gave you an old typical Michael Buckley, these kids and their things, I'm not into that. I didn't like that answer. I'm going to come back next year, and I will be jazzed about something.
Well, you're jazzed about Snapchat. You just took you a second.
Yeah. No, I'm going to be...
It's fun, right?
Right. It's important, though, to be enthused about everything and whatever, and so I would rather be enthused and whatever.
Don't be fake about it, though. You're not fake. That's what we like about everything.
But I don't know what I just did with my legs. I just made that choice. But it's important to have an enthusiasm, because it's like, if you don't, I do like Instagram, but I don't, You're not
enthusiastic about it.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm pretty enthusiastic about lots of things. I'm wildly enthusiastic about life and VidCon and
Skating.
Oh my God, I'm going to be in Gay Pride tomorrow. You have to watch on Facebook Live. I'm taking the red eye. I don't know if I can say this out loud.
You can.
When's this going to go up?
Later.
Not today?
Not today.
So this KY, which is a lubrication, is sponsoring this float, and it's a giant penis, and I will be riding the giant penis, and I will be shooting glitter and confetti all over New York City. So thank you, KY.
It might be
And
the
we're calling
biggest-
it Gay Y for Gay Pride, and so I'm very excited. So tomorrow I'm going to be live streaming on Facebook Live, so please watch my tweets, Buck Hollywood, and tune in. It's going to be weird. I'll be in the penis on Facebook, and I'll have like a forward and back camera, and trying to deliver brand messaging, but still having the time of my life riding a penis, so. I called my father. I'm like, Daddy, I'm getting paid to ride a penis. Dreams do come true.
What's the coolest thing you've ever been paid to do besides this?
Get LASIK. I mean, I had, even though I'm wearing glasses, I mean, I got paid buckets of money to have LASIK eye surgery on camera. So that was amazing. I mean, I had a Dr. Pepper commercial. They paid me to promote Diet Dr. Pepper, which was my favorite drink my whole life. So that's really cool. I've been very lucky with some brands, and that's why I swear to God, doing Buck on Grindr and manifesting things, this is it. Like, I'm very sex positive. I've been making videos about having sex, and then I get a lube sponsor. It's like, this is what God in the universe has given me. Thank you, Jesus.
We could literally talk all day, and I realized you guys have questions.
Oh, yeah.
So let's get to them really fast. Carolyn Burt.
Hi, Carolyn, where are you?
Right there.
Hi. Mwah.
What do you identify as your most iconic YouTube moment?
My most iconic YouTube moment has to be Lonely Girl 15 is Dead, because it was on the front page in 2007, and I got like 8,000 subscribers that day, and like that's what put me on the map. So I mean, I love my Pull Shapes video, and I love a couple other ones, but that's the video that made me a YouTube star. So that's the definitive video. If you look me up in 20 years, like it's even on my Wikipedia, like that's my definitive video.
Martha S.
Martha was yes.
Hi, Martha S. What personal qualities did you have to work on or develop in order to become comfortable speaking and sharing your truth?
What personal qualities I had to work on, I basically had to get the burden and the chip off my shoulder about what that meant to share. Because I don't say I look down on YouTubers who overshare, but I judged it. So I think I had to release my judgment towards. I had so much judgment towards myself for years, and I think that's been also the biggest key. Whereas in real life, even if you watch my pop culture videos and I seem like I'm really judgmental, oh my God, Justin Bieber peed in a bucket, oh my God, those stupid Kardashians. In real life, Michael Buckley, zero judgment. Like, I just have zero judgment about other people and their life choices. It has nothing to do with me. But for whatever reason, the last 3 or 4 years, I've been very judgmental about myself. And you said something to me last year, and I remember, and that really helped me start to become less judgmental about myself. So I think that's the answer. Being less judgmental about myself has really fixed a lot of my psyche problems.
Corey, where are you?
Is Corey here? Corey, writing from...
All right. No, Corey. The Real McCoy.
The Real McCoy. Hi.
Hi. I like this. Of all the Disney Channel movies you've covered on What the Buck, what is your favorite?
I mean, High School Musical 1 is just so good. I think I like my review of Camp Rock because I was really into like the Jonas Brothers and Demi Lovato at the time. So I love Camp Rock. But if I had to pick one Disney movie to watch right now, it would definitely be High School Musical 1. Or maybe 3. I remember going to the movie theater and watching High School Musical 3 with my laptop. And again, here it is, like 36-year-old man taking copious notes. And I'm like, something's wrong. I remember once my husband was like, what are you doing upstairs? Come downstairs and watch American Idol. And I said to my grown-up husband, we're like 35 years old, I said, I'm in a fight with Glee fans, and I'm on Twitter, and I can't, and he's like, what do you do for a living? You're fighting with Glee fans on Twitter? I'm like, yes. I am.
This is a fun one, but do you want to see it first to see if
No.
you feel... All right. Jordan J-Ro. Tell us your most awkward hookup story.
Oh my God, awkward hookup story. I have really good hookup stories. 90% of my hookups are so wonderful. I'm enjoying sex so much. The other day, I will tell you, afterwards, we had sex, and then afterwards I said, my name is Michael, and he says, I know who you are. And I said, thanks for telling me after and not before. But again, I love that I invite someone to my house to have sex, and then I'm like, oh, and by the way, we had sex, and my name is Michael. Like, we don't normally exchange names. Anyway. I had somebody have sex with me on my porch because I didn't want them to come in my house, and I told them my name was Mark, and I was visiting from Chicago, and I don't even know who lives here. Having sex on the porch of my house, that was fun. Everyone's looking at me like,
Well, we're just thinking about the neighbors. So can we see the porch from the other places?
No comment.
Okay, all right.
Porch is code for something else. Hey, having sex on my porch. They're never going to air this. They're going to fire this whole thing. Like, what is this
They're
guy
gonna fire
doing?
me, yeah. I'm done. Okay, so we are officially out of time, but before we're out of time, we have to get to the instant challenge because what is life without the instant
Yes.
challenge? So that's the box. You open the box and we'll see what's inside.
Ha! Open Grindr now and message someone nearby. Oh, this is going to be fun. There is going to be lots. Someone could be Jordan. Anybody in the front row? So Grindr is here. This is German visiting. He is literally 26 feet away.
Where are you?
I'm messaging you.
Oh, he's cute.
Hey. See, I have good game. Hey.
He's really cute.
This guy's messaged me, hit me up. He's 18.
Oh.
And he's like, what are you up to? I didn't write back. 'Cause
You can
he's
say I'm on
18.
stage right now.
I'm on stage. This is my friend. I know him.
That's weird.
This little kid messaged me. This guy's cute. We almost were going to hook up.
How
He's
old do you have to
cute.
be on Grindr?
He asked me for my number. He said, what's your number? Phone. And I just wrote, no.
No.
He's cute. Yeah, like he was totally, like, we're literally going to hook up. Do you have a Hilton key? Yes, I do. But then he asked for my phone number. I'm like, no.
That's too much. Much too much.
Grindr.
Well, good job on the challenge. You win.
Thank you. Did
all
I
the-
win? What do I win? A lifetime supply of dignity? The parents are like,
Oh, no.
the children are like, my dogs at home are watching are like, we're staying with other father and new daddy.
Your dogs make me so happy. Every picture is like
Yes.
the best picture ever. Okay. Thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you.
It's always a
Kristen.
pleasure. And
Thank
thanks,
you guys for coming. It was
Have a great
delightful.
rest-
There you go. So exciting, right?
That was sort of beautiful.
The power of YouTube.